Claire here. I wanted to do something different for you this week while I tidy up all the goddamn dog toys. Like, they just seem to be everywhere, everywhere I turn. I wanted to share something with you in today's coffee chat, and a little bit of a backstory with what happened with Sky. Hi, Sky. So what I've done is I've pulled out some of my my videos that I've previously done in my online learning centre, my Evolution, which I thought you'd find really, really helpful, and will give you a, are you pulling all those toys out again? Nice. Give you a little bit of an insight into what you can get started with and what you really should be doing before you even think about doing any dog training. So I hope you find it useful. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you tomorrow. Now, this first lesson is going to focus on something that every barking dog owner should do, because what I recommend that people do this from the off, because there is no point whatsoever in trying to fix a barking dog if the problem is coming from a medical perspective. A classic example of this was my old dog, Sky. She's never ever been a problem throughout her whole life. And it wasn't until I was walking down the street this one day with her, walking down the village, should I say, and she started kicking off at another dog. Her hackles went up. It was like full on, whoa, get away from me. I was like, this is very out of character for her. First thing I did, we went to the vets. Now, it turned out that Sky had, she's a German Shepherd, so she actually had issues with her knees, but because one of her knees was causing the main problem, then she was bearing the weight on the other side, so her hips got affected, and she was barking through pain. She was pretty much saying to that dog, back off, I'm scared, don't hurt me, this, this hurts. So getting a medical check and a vet check is very worthwhile for you to do with your barking dog. Now, it's very unethical to go and get the dog checked for everything. In fact, I think it would be impossible to do. But because dogs aren't very good at displaying, I say very good, they're not always very clear, should I say, on displaying when they're in trouble or in pain. I had no idea with Sky, absolutely no idea whatsoever until that barking episode. And their symptoms, should you say, would get missed. So at the very least, what I would recommend that you do is to get bloods and x-rays of your dog. That way, if anything shows up in the bloods, or if anything happens with the x-rays, then you're going to see it. Now, like I said, it's very unethical to get them checked for everything. But I think those are a very good starting point. And just explain to your vet, just say, look, my dog started, or my dog's barking, and I just want to rule out that it's not a medical issue causing it. Now, when we start getting to the dogs themselves, so like a vet would probably be like, well, what do you want me to check? And this is where it gets a little bit tricky. So if we just come back to the story of Sky, for example, I knew that behaviour was out of character for her. So I have a really good relationship with my vets. They know what it is that I do. We chew the fat back and forth, so to speak. But I said to them, I said, look, this is the first fearful bark she's presented. She's a German Shepherd. She's getting on a bit. They tend to have problems with their hips and their back legs, if you like, in dysplasia form. So can we check those first? And they did the bloods and everything. And so I want you to really think about your breed. Now, your vet will probably have a much clearer understanding of the more common issues in your particular breed of dog. But keep a clear eye out as well. Is your dog walking funny on one side, or are they struggling to get back up after they've been lying down for a while, or just have a really, is their ear twitching, or are they scratching at their ear? Really take a note of your dog's behaviour, and if you've noticed any changes in them, and then you can direct your vet a little bit clearer. Well, actually, yeah, they've been chewing on their front foot for the last week. Let's get that checked out, so you can pinpoint to specific areas, because you know your dog better than I do. And your vet's going to have a much clearer understanding of, like I say, the more common issues that can arise from a medical issue with your dog. So that is your first task for the reactive roadmap, is to go and get your dog vet checked, but to keep a closer eye on anything that they might be doing that you perhaps haven't noticed they've been doing before, so you can better advise your vet to get them tested for. So that's lesson 1. I shall look forward to seeing you on the next lesson 2, where we're going to look a little bit more about planning and the Barking Dog Diary. Chat soon.